So we've been seeing a lot of Norse mythology for a while in the One Piece world. A little glimpse in here and there of Elbaf has been displayed, but now here we are in One Piece chapter 1127 after preview of the chapter review. We have now officially entered Elbaf arc. Now, here's a question that everybody's mind. Is Oda going to go through directly towards Norse mythology route where we get to introduce with different gods and goddesses, even the nine realms at most? Or since we just got introduced to Yggdrasil as most as the tree of life, is Oda going to go that route? Is what I'm trying to say. We don't know, but I definitely know that Elbath arc is going to be a long one, super long. Everybody knows this. This is going to be a straight long arc with many character development and power ups too. So we're going to see about that. So here we go with mythology with Anime World Tour. So first we're gonna start off with the Nine Realms, or Yggdrasil as giant in the chapter has been established. So we'll start off with that. Where is Yggdrasil? Which Yggdrasil, if you've seen in the manga panel or in the anime, is the tallest tree and houses the nine realms, basically. Everything has been housed up in that tree, which is the vines. Or not vines, but here's the definition of Yggdrasil, basically. Yggdrasil is the Norse tree of life, encompassing all nine worlds that are part of the Norse view of the cosmos. And that's where the gods and goddesses live too. So take that as what I say, and not what I say, but what I looked up, researched. And also, another fact that goes with Yggdrasil, the tree of life, is an ash tree in which all of the worlds, including the world of humans and the world of gods, nestle among the branches of the roots. So like I said before, gods and goddesses also live on this Yggdrasil. So how is this pay off on One Piece? Well, we already seen the tree of life in the panel where its surroundings, I believe, not the tree itself, but the surroundings of the forest is being burned, and they don't know what's causing it. They really don't, honestly. So the Giants proposed that they put out the fire first. However, they ran into another problem, which we're gonna get down to further down as we go through the nine realms. Another fact is Dressel is also associated with both life and death, which we knew that. Nine worlds. The nine worlds is Norse mythology are held in the branches and roots of the world tree Yggdrasil. So basically, the definition, not definition, but the mythology of what's going on in there. So, nine realms. Here we go. It's gonna be a wrong one, but I know I'm gonna miss some of the parts too. So, and then I'm gonna include what's in the One Piece, or how Oda's gonna do all this. It's gonna be super fascinating how Oda depicts each god too. This is gonna be interesting. I wonder how he's gonna do it. Anyways, let's start off with the main one that sits at the top, the tippy top of the tree of the nine worlds, which is Asgard. Which, as you not know, Asgard, home of the Azure tribe, and a dwelling place of the gods, divided Asgard into 12 or more realms, including Valhalla. So, it sits at the tippy top of the tree. not tippy top, but it's placed up there. So, whew, the interesting part about Asgard that people don't know about, that the gods up there refer to humans to our world, planet Earth, as Midgard. One interesting fact about the Norse mythology. Also, Valhalla, everybody pretty much played Assassin's Creed Valhalla, is the home of Odin and the abode of heroes slain in earthly battles. So, God of War, there you go. What we know. Interesting. How would Oda do this? Now, he could probably... honestly, I can see Zoro being in Asgard. Well, no, that can't... No. I seen a video, but article of how each Straw Hat would be in 9 different realms. But here's my thing. I think since there are... see... we got a lot of Straw Hats. Since we got people on the Straw Hats, including... matter of fact, don't ever forget that we got Bonnie and Kuma and Dr. Vegapunk now with the Straw Hats. So that's extra people on the crew to travel with them on Elbaf and to the nine different realms. There you go. So I can see Bonnie, not Bonnie, but I can see Luffy going to, let's see, Asgard. Well, no, I can more see either Zoro, Usopp, or Luffy going up in Asgard. This is just my opinion. You know, it's so interesting. But I don't want to keep this going. But here we go. The next one is Niflheim, which Niflheim, if you don't know, is the cold, dark, misty world of the dead ruled by the goddess Hel. Perfect for Brook, if you ask me. So, Brook is undead, which... Here's some facts about Niflheim you don't know about. Is Hel is the goddess of death and daughter of Loki, which Loki has many children, and Hel is one of his children, the trickster god Loki, and the kingdom was said to lie downward and northward, so north and south basically. And Surt is the greatest of the fire giants who serves as the guardian of Muspelheim, which is along with Niflheim, which those are the only 2 realms since the beginning of time. So before the other 9 realms were created, just remember Niflheim and Muspelheim are the only 2 realms that existed before the other several realms were created. Here you go. Now, that's kind of interesting since Surt is the guardian. He also is a giant with the flaming sword. So here's an image of Surt. There you go. I put the most badass one up there. Not this one, but that one. So the next one. So we definitely have one of 9 realms. So we got Asgard, Niflheim. Next is Alfheim. And no, not this one, but the other one. Now, Niflheim, or not Niflheim, but Alfheim is the land of the light elves and the forest of fairies, known for its lush green forest terrain and initial peaceful atmosphere. So basically, no wars, no bullshit that's been going on right there. So that's the third round. Now, some interesting facts about Alfheim is the land between the rivers and is inhabited by the 9 tribes of fairies. Now, what the hell does that mean? You wonder, the 9 tribes of fairies. Well, that's what I'm going to get into in part 2 of the video. There's 2 videos to this. So, there you go. And this realm is associated with a god, apparently, which is with the god Vanir. Vanir, god Freyr, is said to be the ruler of Alfheim, which is the land of fairies and elves. So he's the ruler of that god, ruler of that realm. Now, how would that play out? Who's going to be, which Straw Hat is going to... Actually, how would Oda actually do that? I don't know if we had any fairies in One Piece at one point. I don't know. I might have to go back and rewatch some episodes because I don't know if there was any fairies or realms put in place. Not realms, but fairies and elves here in the One Piece story. That would be interesting if they did because holy shit. Home world. Next, let's go on to the fourth realm is the location associated with Fengyr, which is Vanaheim. But that's the fourth realm. And it's the home of the Vanir tribe of gods associated with nature. So, Vanaheim is one interesting fact about Vanaheim is the home of Vanir tribe of the deities who tend to be somewhat more associated with fertility and what we today would call nature. So same thing with now. Don't know if Oda's gonna put this in there, but if any Marines get involved, and I hope they do not get involved because I know Saint Saturn definitely told the Marines. One of the Vice Admirals suggested the Marines, "Oh, do you want us to get chased to the StrawHats to chase them to Elbaf?" Saint Saturn did make a good call on it. He said, "No, hell no. If we did that, then our force would have been wiped out." He doesn't say that, but I'm thinking that wherever's on Elbaf is not good and could potentially be considered as war. But aside from if Oda's gonna put gods and goddesses in the One Piece world, you can't give them any devil fruits because their power is basically they're gods. Their powers are what's in their description. You know what I mean? What use is a devil fruit if it would be an hindrance in my opinion if they like, oh, I guess a devil fruit, that's not good. Ew, that's blasphemy. And they're in my opinion, they ate that. I was like, oh man, we gods, but we ate a fruit that's from a devil. Blasphemy. No, get this out of my sight. So unless you're Loki, and we definitely know what Loki is known for if you catch my drift in his description, which that's gonna be in part 2 video. But let's go on to other one, the next War of Nine Realms, which is, let's see, Helheim is the realm of the dishonorable dead and the damned, an extremely dangerous environment for the living ruled by hell. So one interesting fact about Helheim, it isn't easy to get the hell out of there. There you go. It's not easy. That's why I looked up. When I looked that up, I was like, so you're telling me if you get sent down there, it's not easy to get it out, even if you're already dead? So what does that say about Brook being down there, if you know what I mean? So if Brook is already... Ooh, that's an interesting question. That's a fruit for thought. So, oh man. So if Brook ate the devil fruit before he died, and oh man, that's hurting my brain. I really want to look. Somebody, I want a YouTuber to cover this because it's kind of cool because I think nobody else is creating this video of the 9 realms of what's gonna impact the Straw Hats. I feel like this is going to be a bigger deal than what's really is going to happen. But that's going to be interesting. I want to see Tekken 101 get on this because it's an interesting video. It's an interesting video. I'm always loving his content. Let's just say that. So if you're watching this Tekken 101, please make a video of this because this 9 realms, let's just say if Brook goes down there, I don't know if he's gonna make it out. That's my opinion. But so it's the location those who dishonorable death are forced to tread through the harsh icelands with no fire in sight. So it's basically cold air. You have to basically walk with no fire. It's cold. It's like Pluto. No fire, it's just ice. It's cold as hell. -degrees Celsius. Not good, guys. Not good. But it's kind of interesting. If Brooke goes down there, he'll be all right. But it's getting back to the living is going to be the hellish part, the hard part, because he's dead, but he's not dead at the same time because he has a devil fruit. So I wonder if that's going to contradict some rules, if you know what I mean. So what's next? Not next, but here's another fact. It's a complete opposite of Valhalla. So there you go. Honor deaths goes to Asgard. Dishonorable deaths goes to Helheim, which there's a difference between the two, Niflheim and Helheim, which is Niflheim is the realm of the cold, ice, and darkness, and mainly, and although death and doom also proper in it with the latter two especially occurring, as in Helheim. Helheim is basically the capital of death. So capital of death is Helheim, and difference is Niflheim is just like the outer piece, and Helheim is basically the welcome to the capital of death here, buddy. And where all the souls be at in the center. So this is how I understood it. Next is Jotunheim or Jotunheim, which home of the Jotunar or the giants, along with the cold climates and wide seas, is also a land that features the tallest mountains in the nine realms, which is that's what Elbaf is. Now, don't know if Oda meant for that, but Elbaf is basically Jotunheim. So that's the ninth part of nine realms. Though you get to question, why is it not up in the branches or not in Yggdrasil? Well, that's an interesting question right there. So you got Jotunheim, which technically is Elbaf. Then again, you got, which is an interesting fact, was the thought of being far to the northwest and in a place where the ocean met the edge of the world. Here we go. And the next one is the home giants, who are fearsome and often must be confronted by heroic gods. So I don't see that in One Piece. I don't see that with the giants in One Piece. I mean, they don't look like they're like confronted with the gods or something. But the Giants did confirm that one of the gods where the giant ear giant rabbit was all of a sudden collapsed, and that's where they heard a big thud from, an earthquake. There you go, there's a god. Now, I don't know if Oda's gonna go that route per se, but if he does, that is gonna be one interesting art way he's gonna twist it. Or not twist it, but it's gonna be an interesting way how he's gonna pan this out. Like Jotunheim is basically one of the nine realms, which is Elbaf, which is their leader is mostly, I'm pretty sure, Surt, the fire giant, which the fire giants are in Jotunheim, just not on that side. Fortunately, it is home to Surt though. Which Surt is the guardian. So how this gonna pan out? I guess Usopp. I forgot this was a One Piece video. Usopp will probably be in Elbaf since his master is there. Dorian Bragi is there. So there you go. Let's see. Next up is Servatheim. Hope I saying that right. Which is going to be appearing. Each realm is going to be appearing above my head. So Servatheim is also called Nidavellir, home of the dwarves. Lands of shadows is underground environment with caves, interiors, mine shafts, and crafting stations. So this is a place where Frankie is going to be at. Guarantee you, because this is where master craftsmen dwarves will be making high-tech level shit and refined metals. So wherever Frankie is getting down there to, or introduces himself to the dwarves, they're gonna see the all technology Frankie has. This is interesting. I can tell you, wherever Frankie learns from the dwarves, he's going to bring back to the Straw Hats to boost their power even further. And also machines too. So there you go. That's going to be one interesting conversation. And oh man, that's going to be one-sided quest line right there. There's also in Norse poetry, not Norse for it, the mastersmiths and craftsmen who live beneath the ground. There you go. So that's gonna be interesting of how that's gonna pan out. Now, Muspelheim. Here we go, the last realm. So Muspelheim is the land of primordial fire and heat, home of the fire giants, which I did say. Jotunheim is also connected to Surt and giants. So basically, the giants. Come on now. One of the first realms in existence. So before Niflheim and Helmheim came before, but those two were here at the beginning, and then the first realm was created, which was Muspelheim, was one of the first realms in existence. Fire giants. Which StrawHat is going to be going over there? So one fun fact about Muspelheim is Surt is the guardian, like I said with Niflheim. Surt is the guardian there and is leader of the fire giants, and also has a flaming sword. So he's the guardian of that place. Don't mess with that. Fun fact. In Old Norse poetry, the word seems to refer to a giant who leads his people or sons into the battle against the gods during Ragnarok. So what's on top of that definition for Ragnarok, or here's a quick trivia for Ragnarok. Ragnarok is a cosmetic destruction of the cosmos and everything in it, even the gods in heavens and hell too. So naturally comes at the end, very end. At the very end. So Ragnarok, huh? Another fact for Ragnarok. Ragnarok is the prophecy of which was to come at some unspecified and unknown time in the future. So I'm guessing when the StrawHats, something's gonna go down in Elbaf. We all know that, because some certain situations starting to pop up in Elbaf. I know I'm not this may be concerned, but fires are starting to plague the Elbaf's home and the giants' homes, and surrounded by the Yggdrasil tree, which is the tree of life, which that's not good. I'm trying to think of another one. And also Luffy beat up a god, which was an animal, and ate it. Though we don't know if he ate it or not, so that's still up in the air. I'm still tossing that in the air and letting that sit there until we know for sure that Luffy did not just eat a god. So the word Ragnarok comes from the Old Norse meaning fate of the gods. So that's another one, which it's like I said in the Ragnarok earlier. We don't know if the gods and goddesses are going to be in this One Piece world that Oda is creating. If they exist in Elbaf and the 9 realms around it, that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I'm about to reach my time, but what else can I say about this? So Ragnarok, it's going to be interesting to see how Oda pans this out. If he does push do other gods like the 3 main gods, you got Odin, which is the all-father, Thor and Loki. That's good enough for me. Got the 3 main gods. And then you got the goddesses, which we all know is Undine, Freya, Skull, Nana, Ran, Hel, Scotty, and the rest of the gods and goddesses I didn't want to mention. That's going to be mentioned in the part 2 video after chapter 1128 video, which that's going to be interesting, my mates. So anything else I want to bring? If I miss anything else on this video, comment down below. If I get my trivias and facts wrong, that's okay. Just It's interesting. I just want to see how Oda wants to do this. Nails in the shoot in the dark. But if you like this video, subscribe and like this video. Comment down below if you think Luffy actually killed a god, or if Oda's gonna include the 9 realms into this. See you again, and see you next adventure. Laters.